let me get this out the way because maybe a liberal or a rhino needs their asses kicked. First off, I'm not here to play no games. Let's skip the crap. I see a losing Republican red wave that could have been guaranteed to win. And we have a lot of local chairmen and a bunch of elite pieces of trash that's screwing it all up. See, Mike Tyson said the best people could talk as much trash online as they want, but once they get punched in their mouth in real life, then they start to understand that nobody's playing this stupid ass game. Now, let's get this straight, because I am exactly the Republican badass. I am the not so typical Republican, and I am the one leading the charge. Now, whenever I go to a local GOP committee meeting with a bunch of pieces of trash that's in there that has talked some junk and then all of a sudden want to be quiet because now they know the Republican badass has showed up, then they want to leave out a little bit early so nobody knows who they are, and then you want to talk trash. Guaranteed. Anybody has a problem with me, guaranteed it's going to be on and popping soon as you open your mouth. Because I'm sick of the games and I'm tired of seeing us lose because of you pieces of trash that continue to hold up progress. I got to deal with our churches being closed, our monuments being taken down. I got to deal with baby killers. I got to deal with pedophiles. I got to deal with murderers being released early. I got to deal with increasing taxes by Biden and the liberal Democrats up there in Richmond. I got a lot of problems, people. And at the same time frame, one problem I'm not going to have, no matter where it's at in this state, is dealing with a rhino. Now, this is one thing that y'all gonna have to make clear if you want to even look at even having a chance in November. You better get through all of that BS and all those petty differences and grievances, and you better figure out a way to work it out. If you got a problem with another Republican or rhino, you better meet them face to face and tell them face to face how you feel. If you can't do that, you ain't worth a damn. And honestly, whoever was looking up to you should take that as a little side note that I shouldn't go to war with you because you are part of the same swamp that's ready to get their ass kicked by Merle Rutledge because we fed up of the bullshit too. Now, when you at a GOP meeting, I don't care who you are. You better talk to each and every single Republican in the room and get to know them, whether they are black, white, Hispanic, or blue. The problem here is people are social distancing at our GOP meetings, and you're wondering why people ain't excited to come. It's supposed to be a location where Republican brothers and sisters are supposed to be able to bond, get away from the bullshit, and focus on winning and getting information about how liberals and them damn Democrats are planning to attack us. And you are sitting around causing the same mischief that you've been causing year after year, election after election, losing after losing, and you wondering why the people that are sitting at home is focused on a winner. That's exactly what happens when you lose, people. People compromise to the winners. That's what happens. The Democrats then have to look and laugh at you. Oh, you was the big bad Republican, but guess what? Nobody else is following you. And guess why? Because y'all can't get your act together. There is no excuse why Republicans are in the same room and nobody really knows anybody else except for who they comfortable around. You are supposed to go out your way to say hello and vice versa, whether it is a member or a candidate running for delegate or statewide office, or being a senator up there in Richmond, or being a senator or House member out there in D.C. We don't know our candidates. We can't even tell any Democrat independent why we support them, because guess what? We only support how much money they put in our pockets, not about the heart and soul to save this nation. And you wondering why Merle Rutledge is pissed off right now, because we are a few months to November, we are a few weeks to May, and I got Kirk Cox, Glenn Youngkin, Pete Snyder, and the rest of them candy asses running around trying to stop people from recording their speeches because you're worried about being caught up in a gotcha moment. You worried about flip-flopping at that time period. What you're worried about is the fact that you can't get your act or story together. See, when I destroy each of you pieces of trash, and I'm going to name you all out: Glenn Youngkin, Pete Snyder, Amanda Chase, Sergio De La Pena, Kurt Santini, Octavia Smith, and the rest of the ones who I can't even mention, y'all know exactly who is the man. I don't run for nobody. When I go into a room, that is exactly what you hear: broken glass. It's about to be time for business, and it's time to give Virginia and the American citizens a clear plan and a clear path to victory. That doesn't mean I'm going to do it by myself, nor can any other candidate do it by itself. But how do you expect for Democrats or moderates or independents to want to switch parties, want to vote for you, if you don't even know your own candidate? You can't tell people two things about a candidate for why you should support them other than the same old pitch lines and bullshit. Don't worry about my cursing, because I heard y'all curse enough. And honestly, it's the ones that's cursing that are the realest ones in the party. It's the ones right now that's hiding and ducking from being criticized or being put through scrutiny that is causing us the problem. There's nobody in this campaign that excites anybody. There's nobody who gets that fire in the belly or makes people want to wake up and say, yes, we can. Because no, we can't with that bullshitter and that bullshitter and that flip-flopper and that rhino and that simple idiot. I don't want to hear about Kirk Cox and the rest talking about, we sent the letter to the Republican Party chairman about election integrity and we want to make sure it's a fair process. Where were you at when all that unfair process, all that censorship, and all that other crap was happening to the other Republican brothers and sisters? No, you saying whatever because you finding it convenient. See, I'm a smash mouth type of candidate. When I saw Antifa, I stepped to them face to face. When I saw BLM, I stepped to them face to face. When I saw local government officials trying to be corrupt, I stepped to them face to face. When I saw the damn swamp in Richmond and the state capitol, I was giving them a middle finger face to face and saying, just bring it. See, all that I'm saying is on video and easy to get access to. I don't run from public scrutiny. But when I see us doing losing type of crap, what I call for the pathetic and weak and soft of the party, that's exactly what's running the party, and then you wondering why we lose. People ain't tough enough. They ain't built for it. How you going to stand up against this type of evil from the Democratic Party, and you can't even stand up against your own party when the time calls for you to be challenged? This is as sickening and disgusting that a Republican has to call Republicans out on their bullshit. And that's exactly what I'm doing. And if anybody got a problem with it, I'll tell you, it's an easy way to find me. And it's an easy way for me to visit you and come and see you. Because I care more about my country than your damn feelings. There is no excuse for being at a meeting and not getting to know your candidates, getting to know your fellow brother and sister, and making sure that y'all are on the same page about winning in November and leading your candidate to victory and explaining to them why they should go ahead and vote for whoever you decide to try to get nominated. If you can't do that, you ain't worth a damn. All I hear about, oh, this person supporting this person because they got thousands of dollars donated by one of these flunky millionaires. This is disgusting that we have sold out our party, sold out our heart and soul, sold out our children, sold out our grandchildren, and everybody down the road because you, on the other hand, couldn't get your acts together. There's no excuse for each person not going to each person in the room. What you local candy ass chairmen need to start doing is say, do not leave this meeting until you talk to each and everybody here and get to know them. Ask them how they are doing today. Make them seem more important than some damn vote. That's exactly what the Democrats treat their voters like. You are a vote, and I care about you long as it's politically convenient or for financial gain. And most of the time frame with Democrats, there's a dead body to follow. We are the party of life, and we are committed to our own death. You either ride for MAGA, making America great again, America first, Virginia first, and making sure whoever decides to be your representative or your vote is representative of that. If not, then the Democrats deserve exactly what you gave them, and that's exactly their victory. I better not go to another meeting where I'm in the room. Chairman shouldn't go to a meeting and call for it, and they're in the room where everybody in that room, because most of the time frames 20 or 30, and most of the time frames less than that, because more people are committed to not being a part of your circle than they are about being on the couch and saying, I'll wait until y'all done with your bullshit. See, a Republican general, a Republican leader doesn't ask permission. They take charge once they see the mess being unfolded to the point that exactly what the results will be is for liberal agendas, for Marxist agendas. Because when this infighting or this social distancing and all this other stuff, that's the Democratic playbook. See, nobody can talk about how good a committee meeting is because they don't know anybody at the meeting even though they was there. You can't talk about the party of being inclusive if you excluding all your members because some of your members got better ideas to win than you. You too busy ignoring them and caught up on the same losing side that has cost us a decade, which has destroyed all but not annihilated the Republican Party. And if they win this year, trust me, what you're seeing them do right now, packing the courts, saying hell with the police, saying we taking away all of our history, closing down the churches for good, destroying businesses for good, so it's socialism on steroids. It is going to be your fault. See, somebody has to speak up for this, and I'm the one to do it. And like I said, Merle Rutledge is going to continue the hard charge for victory. And I'm going to do it my way. And Republicans, start doing it your way. Don't trust the swamp. Don't trust these elites, because all you are is a vote and a fundraising opportunity. Is that exactly how you want to live your life? Is that how you want to go to your grave, saying you gave up your country? You sold your soul and your heart and your passion, everything that everybody else looked up to you for somebody who doesn't give a damn about you except for as long as you are on their side. That is not independence. That is not freedom. That is you being a slave to somebody else. And you deserve better than that. It's time for us to fight for our country. But we need to fight for our party. And when we are doing that, we will see through the smoke and mirrors of con artists. And we will see exactly who should be leading the charge. President Trump was the example of taking it to the establishments on both sides and making the call that showed us that leadership still exists as long as we continue to not vote for the continued doom that has continued to destroy everything around us. Because when you walk outside, it looks much different today. how you feel from yesterday is much different today. And I hope that today and tomorrow, moving on in the future, that you are fighting for the Republican Party and you are fighting for your independence, that your vote will not be bought, it will not be sold, your heart and soul will not be compromised, but you will do it in the best interest of this country, not in the best interest of some individual that don't care nothing about you. I'm sick and tired of the games, and I'm sick and tired of the trolls, but I don't care how it goes. You have a duty as a Republican, as a conservative, as a liberal, as an independent, as any voter out there, to say, I'm going to vote for the best interest of my country, the best interest of Virginia, and you don't, then you are just as bad as any liberal or Marxist out there, because you did exactly what they wanted you to do, and that was give up this nation so they could get rich and buy 4 houses. So tell me which side you on. God bless you, and God bless America. And this is Merle Rutledge, and you write in my name for the nomination for the Republican Party. And when you do that, put in that nice little hashtag that says screw the establishment, because that's exactly what I'm here for. God bless America.